now we can bring in Oliver Woodhead, owner of L'Entente, Le British Brasserie. Thank you very much for speaking to us here on France 24. Will you be reopening for business next week?
Good evening. Hello. Well, my staff are very keen to do so, but sadly, I just don't think we can.
Because
it's not profitable, really. We're a scratch kitchen restaurant. I have 18 members of staff. Even if we could be open indoors as well as outdoors, with a meter spacing between tables, it's not possible. The maths doesn't add up, sadly.
The mayor of Paris has been pretty open with, saying that she doesn't mind having people put tables out onto areas of road where you would typically have cars.
Yes, I've heard that too. Fingers crossed, because actually where my restaurant is situated, if they were to remove the cars, it would make a very good piétonnier thoroughfare. But the way, I suppose it's case by case, but with us, we're wedged in between two front doors of adjacent buildings. There are businesses to my left and right. We can't spread out forward or back, really. I suppose if you're opposite a place, a square or a church or a park or something, then sure. But we won't be able to.
Placement is everything. Just how bad, if you could give our viewers an idea, has the lockdown been for you, for your business?
Coming on the back, we've all felt this, but coming on the back straight away after the general strike, which is with 6 weeks where it just sucked all the energy out of everybody, and then even February when business should have been going back to normal, but nobody was in the mood after having to trudge on foot back home and all of these things over Christmas and January. It's terrible. I mean, the year is wiped out pretty much for a lot of people.
The government has undertaken measures for people in your industry particularly. Are those measures helpful at all?
Absolutely, much more generous than in the UK's been good, but other countries. But again, of course, there's still quite a few problems. It falls on the businesses to pay the salaries and then be reimbursed by the government on the furlough scheme here. Well, I'm still waiting for last month's salaries, and I need to pay next month's salaries now as well. Sure, there are no social charges, but I'm relying on the banks to give me this unauthorized overdraft, which they're saying they are, but they're still being very, very cagey.
So you said you're not opening for business next week. We don't really have an idea on when, we would not have to socially distance. Do you know, do you have a date in mind for when you could potentially open?
Monday the 22nd. So if I can receive guests inside, I will personally. We will have a reduced menu. I will have a reduced headcount of staff. Some of them will still be on unemployment. We're allowed to do so until the 31st of December, and I will be basically having targets of more or less breaking even. We will be launching delivery on Deliveroo. We'll try, but I'm not expecting much, to be honest. And as your previous guest said, though, August, where we are traditionally always open, I'm hoping that a lot more French people will holiday in France. They may have been wanting to, come up to Paris for the first time ever and bring the kids. Well, this will be the year to do it. So I'm hoping August will be quite decent for us. And then, fingers crossed, come September, is business back to usual.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, Oliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Come on in and see us. That's very kind.
You're actually my neighbor, so I may just come on in. Thank you very much for speaking to us here on France 24.
Thank you. Good evening all. Thanks.
Thanks.